Hi, I'm 5 Pound Pete, and today I'm going to talk about some of the design changes I did to the shower after we were using it for a while. First of all, when I installed this shower door, the cassette has a little plastic cap at the bottom that has a slot in it so that water inside can drain into the shower pan. What I didn't realize is that wasn't waterproof, and so it was leaking water out onto the floor of the van. So I had to pull it a little bit and seal that up and put it back in. Just a word of warning if you're going to use a shower door. The next thing I noticed was that when I worked on the water heater, I pulled out the flow restrictor, and that meant that I had to have a lot more water flowing through the heater to turn on the flow switch and turn on the heater. And so to reduce the amount of water that had to flow through the heater, I adjusted or reduced the spring tension on the flow switch. And now a lot less water can flow through the heater and still be heated. And that's important so that I can have a smaller amount of water going through the heater and being mixed with the cold water from the shower pan. And that gives me a lot more adjustability of temperature. And so that worked out well to go ahead and do that. The next thing, I was warned not to use Epsom salts in my shower. The Epsom salts mixes with the soap and generates soap scum, which then coats your plumbing system. And I just didn't want, soap scum in the works. And so I'm never going to use Epsom salts. The shower worked really well, and the filters lasted a fairly long time, but not as long as I would have liked. So just to investigate, I took a filter and I cut it open to look to see where the dirt was clogging inside the filter. And it turns out there's no dirt clogging inside the filter. It's all on the outside surface. And so, and as soon as that surface gets clogged up, you've got a lot of back pressure. So what I've done is I've switched to pleated filters, and they have so much more surface area to accumulate the dirt that they last a lot longer. And so I'm switching over to pleated filters. When the filters do get clogged up, it generates back pressure to the pump, and the pump turns off. And then when the pressure drops, it turns back on, and it cycles on and off. It's meant to do that, but it's annoying. So one of the design changes I made was to add an accumulator to store up some water so that when the pump turns off, the accumulator is giving me water and supplying that water before the pressure drops to the point where the pump turns back on. So now the pump cycles on and off at a slower rate, and that was a good deal. Early on, I had this idea that I would take the water after I was taking a shower and pump it into the flush tank. Well, I've looked at the water, put it in a jug. At one point, we're thinking we could just reuse it. And now we're thinking, no, it's not worth the trouble. But, the water isn't pure. And so I've decided I don't want to put dirty water into the flush tank of my toilet and never have to clean it or have a deal with it. So now I'm only putting fresh water into the flush tank, and I just add it in the port down there by the cartridge. And so I'm not going to use dirty water anymore. So another issue that we stumbled across was that when you stop using the shower, inside the filter cartridge, there's still dirty water. It's coating the outside of the filter. It's disgusting. Well, it doesn't take long for the bacteria to start growing on the filter and turning that water into pond water. And it just smells awful. And so what you need to do is after you use the shower and you're done with the trip, go ahead and either take out the cartridge, probably, or not, depending on how dirty it is. But what I do is I disinfect the entire system with 1 gallon of water and 1/3 of a cup of disinfectant bleach to kill all the stuff that's in there, not only what's on the cartridge, but inside the water heater, inside the pump, inside the accumulator, all these places, I want to disinfect and kill all the bacteria that might be, lingering there, so that my plumbing system stays nice and fresh and works well. That's pretty much how it's working. We really enjoy the shower. So nice to have a nice hot shower that you can sit in after whatever activity, and only use, between the two of us, we do back-to-back showers, and so we use about a half a gallon of water per shower per person, and so it's just fantastic. So after our showers, we just pour the water down the drain and put it into the gray water tank. So that's some of the things that we found as we've been using it, and some design changes. I hope your van builds are going well, and thank you for watching.